things, like when I get like all these things which they're coming up and things like that, I want to be able to like go on there for like an hour. So I've been like, that's why I took so long to come out until I was 22 to build up my freestyle. And so a lot of my constructive process with that was from my ex. And as well, I wanted to make a song that, like, I like to appeal to, like, a lot of people, they got, like, a lot of skill with rap, but they don't appeal to the generational appeal, basically. Like, the generation will start liking a certain amount of sounds. You know, they'll start liking the little pumps out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain amount of sounds that the generation is asking from you. So I wanted to make a song that really you can listen to while you're cooking. You can listen to and dance. You can listen to and think about the last thing you went through. Like, I like to actually, when I make songs, I like to target things. Like, when I go into when I went out to Hawaii, I told myself I had certain categories that I had to make certain songs. I had to make relatable songs, a sad song, an X song. I had to make a reggae song. I had to make a singing song. I had to make a pop song. I had to make all these different things because music is something that once you start trying to marginalize yourself, you start cutting off your potential. So my creative process was I basically had to make my EP Shade within an hour. So because I had a lot of groups that was trying to make sure that I don't come out there and prevail. I'll just keep it like that. I'm not trying to sound like one of those artists. Everybody here know me. I basically had to freestyle it in an hour, and my engineers, this is why I shout out Kyle Strings and Casey 808. Casey's been in the game for 15 years, and this is the guy I'm talking about that's featured with Tory Lanez, featured with Bun B. Sway even looked for him and things like that. It's mentioned on one of his music videos and things like that. And these two artists that I keep mentioning, they're literally the only two that's featured on that EP. Because we were able to make this freestyle EP Shade within an hour. Like, even the name, I came up with it on the fly because I like to drop stuff like Kamikaze, like Eminem drops Kamikaze. I want my fan. I don't want you to think that I needed to go through these big promotion places or anything like that. I want you to think that I'm an orchestrator. I want you to think that I play chess with my career. So I drop things. Sometimes I'll give you a week's preparation. Sometimes I'll give you 1 day. Sometimes I'll give you 15 minutes. Sometimes I'll drop something while I'm on the radio. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, so in general, making this EP was really stressful and fun at the same time. But I made it within an hour, as well as I finished a Wahoo feature with this guy named Qualified. These are Broken Hearted sponsored artists that was out there, and Broken Hearted is like the Hawaiian Supreme out there. It's like the farmer's market. Like, you'll see a lot of people in Hawaii who wears this clothing and things like that. I just came back from Hawaii, so that's why you'll see a lot of like my speech is oversaturated with it and things like that. Shout out to Hawaii. As well, I was able to go ahead and finish that feature. So it was 7 songs that was done in an hour, and this was one of my first projects dropped, and it was one of my most. I'm happy with it because even now I just dropped a music video preview to one of the songs called "Patient." It went 30K views on Instagram, 2,600 likes, 143 comments within an hour, and it just got dropped today on Nafu, the boss's YouTube channel. Big guy, verified on Twitter, over 100 million following by all the companies he has and things like that. Dope guy. Any artists who really want to start out, any artists who really want to be independent and stay independent and actually have somebody who's not just trying to take your money or anything like that, work with Nafu, the boss. Shout out to that guy. He's a very real dude. So that is on YouTube now. I'm pretty sure you can find that on the algorithms and Instagram by now or whatever, and on Twitter because he just retweeted me. Actually just tweeted the YouTube video on his verified Twitter account. So yeah, that was my creative process. Sorry about my long answers. I kind of just like to answer things like completely. Like, I don't like to half-ass anything.
No, I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like just let it flow. I really appreciate it. Just being so insightful. You know what I'm saying? And being able to share it with the people. You know what I'm saying? Take a special type of person to do that. But for me, something that stands out about your music to me that I truly enjoy is your flow. It's like it just seems so effortlessly. You do it so effortlessly, and it's like it almost sounds like a physical representation of your flow would almost be like back in the day when people was playing street ball and like they'd just be able to just do whatever they wanted with the rock. It sounded like that to me, like and it's like damn, he really like. I like it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, what inspired your flow? Like, did it take time to even groom it to that level, or was it something that you always had naturally?
It's something that people have told me that I've had naturally, but I never believed until I got to this level. So when I say it, I mean a lot of people saw that I had this unique approach to how I did my metaphors. My metaphors are like contrast, like cold shoulder to warm the bench. I like to do stuff like that. I like to take sayings that you have heard so many times and make it into my own, like my own little unique spin-off. So it gives you relativity, and then it gives you a new, refreshing feeling. Like I had these concepts, but I had to understand the dynamics and the flavor of rap. So I did take a hiatus from rapping. Like I used to be called J Habit and things like that. I took a hiatus from rapping all the way until I was 22. Like I literally came out last year and made this much of a headway. So at the end of the day, I feel I had affinity to hear the whisper of my potential, but I didn't understand how to control it manually until now.
Yeah, just the fact that you only been putting music out for a year and having so much success, I think it really just shows how much you're doing what you're meant to do. I remember I want to say it was maybe Louis Farrakhan. He said that when you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do, the universe helps you. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's so for you. You know what I'm saying? I think you're a living testament of that just by just starting out and all the big things you've been able to do and just how great your music is. If you would have told me, I only really put music out last year, I was like, when you said it, I was like, are you serious? I was just looking at everything. I'm like, holy shit. That's crazy. You don't expect to see that in a year. At least it takes people years. I would tell somebody at least 2 to 3 years, before you really even start seeing progress, sort of have immediate progress. How does that feel for you?
It honestly, it was all planned. I mean, all these artists that, have done what they've done, I like to make plans so much. I like to make a lot of plans succeed so much that I forget about them. And then they come back to me out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this was here. Honestly, it feels, for me, I came from a very, very harsh circumstance, I not only just being from Chicago, as many times that I was on my own, I was homeless, I had my friends to help me and things like that. I didn't really have any support but that, and that really fed into my character and how I treated people and how I accepted things, how I appreciate things. So I appreciate it so much. It goes into how much, it goes into bettering my music. It goes into bettering myself as a person. So it feels how exactly as it should feel, honestly. I can't really describe it because, like I said, it was planned, and as well, I didn't expect for it to go as you're not supposed to plan. It's just like that in martial arts. You're supposed to attack, expecting your attack to be blocked, and block expecting your defenses to be broken. And with that being said, I did not. It's just again, with Mitt Romney, he didn't even have a exit. He didn't even have a speech for if he lost. He was just dumbfounded. He didn't even believe he was going to lose, the election or anything like that. I know it didn't seem like it was relevant, but I associate that too. You have to have a mind state to be ready to lose in something that you want to be successful in. You got to, not saying that you just I'm expecting yourself to lose. I mean, be ready to lose and have something that's already on the backup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've done this so many times. I've looked at, you can draw facts from the reality of whatever industry you're in. Look at the algorithms. Look at oh, why do they have social media having messaging? Like, why can I message people all around the world? Why not turn this into a promotion or turn this into a network? But people don't do that. They just think that, oh, I'm supposed to get all this from making one song and everybody's supposed to bend over backwards to say, you're the next Drake. No, that's not how it goes. And I'm not expecting it to be that way. So how I feel about it is, like, I'm just getting started. This is everything that I'm going to hit. And mark my words, you're going to hear me, you're going to remember these words where this is, everything that I ever do is going to be small to me because I'm going for something better.
Okay. And where, like, at least if you have, like, a set, like, mark, where you're like, this is where I feel like I made it and done everything that I want to do, what does that look like for you?
That looks like me looking at a majority of the world and not feeling like it's shit. Because I changed it.
And what would it take to achieve that?
Well, the political power of an artist is really underestimated. I'm going to show people how much power you can have as an artist and what you should have done with it when you get it.
What I like to do now is I like to get into this last song that you blessed us with, and this is that song, Drip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, can I give some background to this song before you go into it?
Oh, go ahead, give it to us.
So this song is dropping December 7th, but it's actually, I'm not even going to tell you guys what's going on Thanksgiving. I got some things dropping, and this song has something to do with the relationship with that on Thanksgiving. But December 7th, this song drops with Smoke Ayo and Casey 808, artist that is featured with Tory Lanez and Bun B and Lil B and Famous from 808 Mafia and really large artists. This is bringing together Berkeley, California, Hilo, Hawaii, and Chicago, Illinois in one song. And this song is something that my cousin actually made the beat to. He's in Indiana, so I guess it brings in Indiana too. Shout out to NA Beats. Everything that is gone into this song, this is one of my songs that I had some fun doing, dealing with. I wanted to do some I wanted to sound like some Travis Scott. I wanted to make it something that was really urban. I wanted to make it something fun. And Casey immediately heard this beat, and he was like, okay, I got the chorus. All right, I got the chorus. I got my verse. Let's do this. And he's one of those guys, he makes his music literally just by doing punch-ins like Rich the Kid. So he'll go and go into there and do da-da-da-da-da. Sometimes he'll go through whole songs without having to punch in at all. So that's why it's so fun working with somebody that's in the same kind of work ethic as you, because when you freestyle, it's kind of intimidating. People don't know this. When you freestyle and you actually can make full songs from freestyling, people are actually intimidated when they're in the studio with you. It's very hard because some people, they have to redo their takes, and they feel like they're taking up the engineer's time. It's very essential to go in with a group that makes you feel comfortable with your creative process. And I didn't usually always have that. I kind of had to make it that way just with my personality, because people need to understand that the stuff that they focus on and think is important is just them projecting their own insecurities and a lot of other things on others. And in music, you got to come free as a page. So at the end of the day, that without further ado, Drip.
All right, yeah, let's give it to him.
Yeah. She saw the drip, so she took a pic. Said she was tired of all of the lows and she wanted dip. So we head to the crib. Give me that look like what now? I knew I was in. The 5.2 seconds I had to bend. Oh yeah, now she going crazy. How I keep it waiting. Now she wet, he diving like the Navy. Of course I use the Jimmy and it's word to baby. Yeah, I'm way too poppin'. I ain't doing saving. But you can get this dig down, I ain't trippin'. Yeah, you can get your fix now. Let's go, let's get it. Just hop up in the whip now, I know you will. down. Oh, she saw the drip, so she took a pic.